Hi everyone, welcome back to our next review. This time it's going to be the Mercedes EQC. We can either lock the car, unlock it, or hold a third button to open the trunk. We're going to unlock the car and we see a start screen in the instrument cluster pop up. If we open the door, the head unit will be activated, and if we close it again, the start sign in the instrument cluster turns into the Q in EQ. We're going to wait for the head unit to be ready so we can choose a profile. We can either choose our personalized profile or log in as a guest driver. We're going to start off by pushing the start and stop button to activate the energy supply. Pushing the button a second time will start the ignition. We receive a notification in the instrument cluster. Stepping on the brake and pushing the button a third time will start the engine. Notification in the instrument cluster, vehicle ready. We're going to use the left side of the steering wheel to control the instrument cluster. We can use the home button to open a menu in the middle tube. The different menu points are Service, Assistance, Trip, Navigation, Radio, Media, Telephone, and Design. Pushing the button again will close the menu. Operating the menu is possible by using the tiny touchscreen on the left side by either moving down or up or to the right side or the left. I can also use the button to go through the right tube and scroll through different menus. We're going to move on to the right side of the steering wheel, which is used to control the head unit. We can use the home button to get back to the main menu, plus an additional tiny screen which can be moved from left to right, as well as up or down. This is a very comfortable way of moving through the menu. We can use the back button to go back only one step and not all the way back to the home menu. I can use shortcuts on the steering wheel to activate voice control, open our favorites, change the volume or mute the music entirely, or accept, reject, or end phone calls. The head unit itself consists of the main menu, phone, navigation, EQ, radio, media, comfort, apps, store, or settings. The home button can always be used to go back to the home screen. I can also use the search function to browse through the entire system, or I can change the profile in case I've made a mistake at the beginning as well. And if we swipe up, we receive suggestions from the system depending on my recent activities and on the way I use my vehicle. For example, themes, which influence the design, favorites, which I can set individually. We're going to go back and move on to the middle console. I can use the upper part of the middle console to control the climate settings. I can use the button to open a menu, which I can control by using the head unit, or shortcuts for temperature, direction, strength of air vent, and air condition. I can also use the buttons below to control the head unit, and they will take me to the corresponding menus. We have different shortcuts like phone, navigation or map, radio or media, car and settings, favorites, as well as the warning lights. We're going to move down a little further and we're going to take a look at the button we can use to switch between different drive modes by pushing it up or down. The corresponding reaction will be visible in the IC or the head unit. I can activate or deactivate the park assist or use a charging shortcut. I can still also change the volume, mute the sounds completely, turn the head unit off, or open the parking screen view, which we can see in the head unit. Here I can switch between different camera views as well. This, for example, is the rear parking view. On top of all this, we have a touchpad in the middle which can be used to regulate the head unit. We can also use the short back to go back one step. We can go to the home screen, or we can also use the shortcut for media and radio. Or I can go back to the home screen at any time. We can also use the touchpad to navigate through the menu by swiping left or right, or swiping up or down. I can slightly tap the touchpad to get a reaction, or I can push the touchpad to select from the different options in the menu. We have one special option right here. I can use the handwriting recognition if I'm using a keyboard. This means I can simply write on the touchpad
S
to write letters, or I can simply use the head unit to do the same thing.
CR.
We're going to go back to the home screen and we'll have a look at another specialty in this car. The gear shift is not located in the center console, but can be found on the right side of the steering wheel. Pushing it up will take me to the drive mode, the middle position is neutral, and the silver button will activate the parking mode. We're going to try this out real quick. Drive mode, neutral, reverse. The camera is switched on automatically while the exterior mirrors move downwards, and pushing the silver button will activate the parking mode. We are going to wrap things up by turning the engine off. We're going to take the key, lock the door. We can see that all the displays are turned off one after another, and the interior lighting comes on.